Today's horoscope, Taurus March 23, 2022. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money, and compatibility with other signs. With today's moon, you can experience a natural need to detach yourself temporarily from situations that have recently added stress or pressure to your life. You could be taking action on a financial, family, or security matter that puts you in a better place emotionally today. It's a good time to focus on inner resources and family matters, and you can feel especially dedicated to domestic activities and pursuits. Someone could show you the way towards positive change, and it's a good idea to be as open as possible to learn from others. You can also experience creative insights, particularly regarding money-making prospects or better ways to use your current resources. Your love horoscope. You're being extra discerning when it comes to your social networks at this time, and it's all thanks to the moon's journey through smoldering Scorpio and your 11th house of associations, community, and sense of belonging in the world. What exactly do you have up your sleeve? Are you afraid of venturing out and exploring your options? Amidst the moon's transit through this area of your chart, Luna will face off with Mars and Venus in Aquarius via your stability-seeking second house of comfort, creating friction between what you've seen firsthand and what you're yet to experience. You never know until you try. Your career horoscope. See where the conversation could go. As Mercury conjuncts Jupiter in emotional yet artistic Pisces today, the conversation may ebb and flow. You and a coworker could play around with creative ideas, potentially leading to a more open-ended conversation about work. It could even be a vulnerable transit, as you may deepen your rapport with coworkers through unexpected sharing. You could even finally open up about work stressors with a trusted confidant. Whatever it may be, try to remember your emotional boundaries so that the conversations do not become overwhelming. Your finance horoscope. In between what has been an empowering few days across the income, work and career fronts and some even more empowering days on the income front later in the week, there is a chance to pull back and let things settle. While no longer aligned, Venus and Mars are still a force to be reckoned with as they move through your income sector, but even they are taking a moment to pause to get a sense of how things are evolving. Social life today. In your private life, you feel like you're walking through a minefield. One false move, and there will be an explosion. This will really put you to the test. Don't let others blame you for everything. Sometimes they are at fault too. Remember to be open for other points of view when it comes to solving problems. Reconciling both is a difficult, but not impossible task. Your dating horoscope. You are pretty persuasive on paper and quite articulate. But the moment you see you-know-who, you turn into a stuttering mess. Maybe you should put your thoughts in a note. Flirting tips. If a lot of new things happen and not all appear positive at first, be prepared for subsequent surprises. Accepting disruption or changes in your love life, you approach matters in a self-assured and positive way, even if it does not follow your ideal plan. Allow for plenty of improvement and progress in your love life. Lucky numbers 5, 8, 17, 31, 41. Your well-being horoscope. Today's energy gives you the power to see through the many ways you may try to hide the truth from yourself at times. You are especially receptive and able to understand that there are no cutting corners under this transit. Physically, you may suffer from lack of exercise or overeating. Emotionally speaking, you would do well to communicate what you are feeling to your loved ones in more ways than one, so that you can be sure they get your point. Your daily numeroscope. Enjoying an art form on a regular basis can be an excellent way to reduce stress. Even if you don't consider yourself to be artistic, the process of creating is what is often most satisfying, not the finished product. You can have a lot of fun with this. Try playing with a chunk of clay or enrolling in a painting course. If you've always wanted to learn how to play an instrument, go for it. This day will give you motivation to pursue your artistic bent. Daily Planetary Overview. The Moon squares Saturn overnight, which can inflate the ego. You could wake up thinking you know better than every other person alive, and you have the answers others seem to lack. This is likely not the case. Trying to advise anyone on how to best conduct themselves isn't likely to be well received, mostly because everyone else is having these same feelings. The Moon sextiles Pluto as well, so keep these thoughts to yourself no matter how hard it is to bite your tongue this morning. Midday, the Moon moves into Sagittarius, the sign of fun and celebration, which should lighten your sour mood from the morning. Later, the Moon trines the Sun, and it will be even more apparent that you really don't know everything about everything. You'll be grateful if you manage to keep your opinions to yourself. If the Moon's shift into Sagittarius has you overthinking projects you need to complete, don't hesitate to write down any constructive ideas that come to you so you can begin to put them into action tomorrow. Finding inner balance might be hard for you to do because you always want to be the best at everything and take on projects by yourself. Learning to take the time to smell the flowers is key now. This will teach you to live in the present and focus on what truly matters. Find peace of mind in all that you do whenever possible. Sky for today. In the morning, the Scorpio Moon sextiles Pluto in Capricorn, helping us to eliminate negative habits. It can be difficult to identify our limiting patterns, and an even greater challenge to break chains that lock us in cycles of stress and fear. We now recognize that our behaviors are the true source of our imprisonment, and that no one has the power to keep us stuck but ourselves. The Moon then enters a void period lasting 3 hours, providing a chance to calibrate to newfound self-awareness. Just before noon, the Moon enters Sagittarius, ending its void of course. Over the next 2 days, we are excited to expand our horizons. We want to roam and explore. If we are stuck at a desk or forced to do detailed work, it can feel a bit like we are in captivity. However, we don't need to physically travel at this time. The Sagittarius Moon offers opportunities to discover something new through remote learning or chatting with those with foreign perspectives. We can even begin to plan an adventure or spec out a travel itinerary for a later time.